Hi everyone, I decided for future vlogs I'm just going to use my GoPro. Now there's a few reasons for that. Firstly, it's very discreet, it doesn't draw much attention. When you walk around with a large camera, a lot of people look at you, it catches the eye of security guards and so on. The GoPro doesn't have that issue as much. Now right now I've got it on this selfie stick, it makes it very easy to carry around and shoot vlogs. I just put this at an angle facing me, and if I need to extend it a little bit, there's no problem. The other great thing about the GoPro is I can attach this little USB to 3.5mm adapter, and then I can connect a lavalier microphone, hook this onto my shirt and get really good audio. The nice thing about wearing a lavalier microphone is you don't have to speak so loud, so again you're not drawing attention to yourself. It's really difficult vlogging in the Philippines for two reasons. One, people are always staring at you, like much worse than in other countries, and two, everywhere you go you're told that you can't record. So this is a little bit more discreet and hopefully won't draw so much attention. In fact, I have tried this and it didn't draw anywhere near as much attention as when I've used other cameras before. It's still going to draw some attention, but not as much. Now the downside is that the GoPro doesn't do very well in low light, so I will have to consider that if I'm going to shoot at nighttime, for example, this probably won't be the best camera. But most of my vlogs, as far as I can remember, are probably shot either at day or in quite bright lights, for example in a mall, so I don't really have to worry about the low light problems. The other complaint would be this adapter. Like, it's so expensive in the first place because it is an official GoPro one. I did try some of the generics and none of them actually worked. You know, the cable is expensive and it's really not that high quality, and the problem is that it sticks out so far from the camera. Like, let me plug this in. You see how far that sticks out? Like, why didn't they just make it as a little 90-degree thing where it goes in mini USB and then comes down and you can plug in your microphone or something like that? Like, why does it have to be this huge cable that sticks out like this? It's just ridiculous. Anyway, putting all of that aside, the length of my microphone is only so long. Now it does fit okay, but if I want to put the camera away, I have to keep connecting, disconnecting, connecting, disconnecting up here, which is kind of awkward. And it also limits how far I can put this away if I want. So I got this little extension cable, which is a regular 3.5mm extension, nothing fancy. And what I want to do is actually modify this selfie stick so that at the bottom here, I can just have this one coming out like that, and then I can plug my microphone in there, and then the top stays permanently attached to this adapter. That will also allow me to tie the adapter down so everything's secure. So yeah, let's go and do this. Well, I'm finished and it took a lot longer than I expected. It was really much more difficult than I first anticipated, but it looks quite neat. You can see I've got the top of the extension coming out here, going into the little USB adapter into the GoPro, and then out to the bottom here where the handle is, there's a little sort of notch here, and this is where this comes out. So instead of before where I'd have to plug my microphone in here and I risk the cable sort of going in front of the lens and the cable not being long enough, now I can connect at the bottom here. I just plug it in here and I've got a nice long cord and it's coming out of the bottom, so I don't really risk the cord showing up in the video itself. Now, to be honest, I'm not sure how happy I am about this because you can't easily move this anymore. I can extend it a little bit and it will actually draw the cable from here. I can show you that. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but it is actually pulling the excess cable from the bottom here and it's allowing me to extend this. But this one I can't really extend without potentially ripping or breaking, damaging the cable here, so that one has to stay in one place. Similarly, this one I could probably move it a bit, but then I risk pulling on this bit, so I only really have the middle movement. Well, that's not really a big deal because the longest I ever have it is about that long. Any longer than that and I find it's just too far away from myself, so it's not a big deal because I can still get the movement I need. In fact, I could permanently leave it like that and never change it at all. The only reason why I like to put it like this is because it's more compact and therefore easier to carry, but sometimes when I do close it, the cable gets caught up in the middle here, so it's going to damage the cable over time if I keep opening it, closing it, opening, closing it. So it's really not as good as I hoped. Ran into a lot of problems and it turned out not quite as good. It does work as intended, but yeah, this selfie stick definitely isn't as useful as it used to be. Can't put it as high. Pretty much can't use it with other cameras now, so it is dedicated just to the GoPro. But like I said earlier, this is going to be my, like, you know, my no effort vlogging camera. Basically, I've got a lavalier microphone, the audio goes straight in, I can just pick it up like this, like I'll never dismantle it, I can just pick it up like this, start vlogging. It's not the best quality ever because it is a GoPro, But in good lighting conditions, it's okay, it's not that bad. And it's really easy to edit because the audio already goes straight into the camera. So I think, to be honest, this is probably going to be my vlogging setup for a while, just because it's so easy. Like, vlogs really don't have to be the highest quality. You don't have to walk around with a DSLR. It's really more about the content than the quality of the image, at least in my mind. And as long as you have good audio, that's the main thing. Like, people can suffer video quality that isn't like, you know, 4K Super HD, but people can't suffer bad audio. So this is, you know, giving really good audio and kind of okay image quality. So the first thing I'll do is I'll put this lavalier microphone on like I normally would, which is slide the wire underneath the shirt, because of course you don't want to see the wires. Now you'll see there is a wire here. That's for the lavalier that I'm actually using to record the audio for this video. It's a different lavalier microphone. So this one goes under the shirt, and then I'll just clip it on up here. So then the GoPro itself, I normally hold it around about that far away. Now, a nice thing about using the selfie stick is that you don't have your arm out like this, because when you're shooting vlogs and your arm's out like this, people see your arm, it looks kind of rubbish. But if you have the selfie stick, you can just hold it like this, quite natural. I'd maybe have it a little bit longer. There we go, maybe about that far, and you know, that's quite close to me, but it is a GoPro, so it has quite a wide angle. I do use it on the medium setting. So normally what I'd have to do is plug my lavalier directly into the GoPro, which means I can't wear it under my shirt because the cable's not long enough. But now with this little extension mod, I can just plug it in here, and there you go. I'm now vlogging with the camera. I've got the lavalier microphone here, so I'm gonna have really good audio. I can walk around, blah blah blah. If I want, I can put this excess cable into my pocket, or I could put a cable tie around it or anything like that. To be honest, I'd probably just put it in my pocket. It fits in there okay. So I can just walk around like this, blah 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 blah. And then when I want to take a break, all I have to do is unclip here. The good thing about that is I'm not always plugging in, plugging out, plugging in of this adapter here, the USB adapter, which would probably wear it down over time, because doesn't feel that good quality even though it's GoPro branded. So yeah, I mean, how am I going to get on with it? I'm not sure. It didn't come out exactly as I hoped, but it's okay. I mean, I'm going to give it a go. If it doesn't work out, I'm actually thinking about just using my shotgun microphone on the top. The reason why I don't want to do that is because it draws so much attention in public, but the shotgun mic's nice because it just sits on top and I don't have to even wear a lavalier. It's not quite as good as lavalier because lavalier really does just pick up your voice, cuts out a lot of background noise, whereas the shotgun mic does like not quite as well. It does pretty close but not quite as well. So yeah, I don't know. For now, I'm going to give this a go. Like I said, this is pretty much going to be how I use it every time I vlog, so I don't have to adjust the size and things like that. Like, it's always going to be stuck pretty much at this angle. Of course, the only time that I do adjust it is at the top here when I want to hold it, like say pointing at a road or something. I'll just adjust this, but I've got no problem adjusting that. So yeah, what was meant to be quite simple and easy turned out to be quite difficult. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.